Yes, sir. I got greatness. This is your boy Young Hump, and I'm on this upcoming episode of our Only Touch Greatness. I'll tell you, first of all, they're just the things in your life you can't believe. I mean, for me to be on ultimate gangster shit,
facts,
is just the illest shit in the world. I mean, come on, it's with the Chill, MC8, so that's Compton's Most Wanted as a whole. We got Dog Pound, Daz and Corrupt. We got OG Kid Frost. We got Cocaine. We got Cool 187. These are all my big brothers. I mean, you know, did I mention anybody? I know I'm forgetting somebody, but
so many,
man. It's like I said, Kid Frost, right? I mean, It's like to be in the company of those brothers, and really too, like you know, like I play with it. I'll be like Young Gangsta Mac, but you know, I didn't come up on no gangster shit, but I came up listening to the music. You know, anybody know me? Know I ain't never perpetrated being no hella tough nigga, but I am an LA motherfucker, and I grew up listening to that shit, and it is what it is. And when you move for real in hip hop, you move in certain circles because that's just what it is. So to be put down on a project like that with the OGs like that I love, I mean, that's what I live for. To say I'm on an album with Corrupt and Daz and Cole 187 and Chill and 8 and Kid Frost. I mean, all of them. I can bust lyrics from all of them. Like I know songs from all of them. Like Late Night Hype. I got a playlist on my phone. I got a playlist on my phone called Magnificent. And that shit, when I'm in the mood and I need to get right, you know, fuck around with these honeys, like I listen to that shit. And like, that's one of my, and so when I met Chill off rip, he was just such a cool brother. So when he extended me to hop on some shit, I was like, nigga, what? I was like, so what was amazing about it too was I have this little thing I do sometimes where like, when I get the opportunity to be on like certain kind of beats that are like very, 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 very wefty, like I like to do something. My mind is like, okay, I got to come with that classic shit, but then I also want to throw a little something in there that's a little progressive, because you can like any type of beat you can lay into the pocket of that beat, like meaning so like you know you can hear a trap beat for example, and you could just do the generic double time that everybody does. But you could get on that and be like, let me do something a little different. Or if you get on like a super like real New York sounding like lyrical like 95 type beat, when you hear it, you'd be like, okay, I'm supposed to bar out crazy like this because that's what it sounds like. So for me, whenever I have those type of beats that the beat sounds like a certain way of rapping, my mind is always like, I gotta honor that at least a little bit. So give like at least a little bit of it has to let you know that I can fuck with that lane, but then I want to give you something that's different to let you know that I'm creative and I'm gonna bring a new twist to it. So like if you notice the way I start my rap, I started like with a kind of like a twisty style to kind of be like different. And because I set it off, I'm like it kind of like it's like and then the second half I like da 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 da. But like I come in, I'm the dude your favorite rapper be staring at, saying to themselves, "Yeah, I wish I was wearing that." And ain't no comparison, so please stop comparing that. And don't mind me, bro. I just mind staring at that. See, I'm a wild boy, and I'm hearing that. And then like I'm going in, just kind of like just kind of fucking with it. And then I come like pocket. Let me rock the beat. And Chill loved it, and I was so happy because, like I said, I mean, rocking with him, man. You know, put it like this, man. There's legends and then there's super legends. And, you know, everybody that knows who the Chill knows, everybody that knows who the Chill is knows he's a super legend. I mean, just historically, musically, and then his personal story, he's a super legend. So it's like to rock with people like that you've admired, you know, forever. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, forever. It's like, it's like, what do you even say? It's just an honor, man. You live for those moments. It's like real moments in your life that are like highlight moments of your life.
Right. Because I was wondering, you know what I mean? Because, you know, when I heard that album, man, and I was like, yo, this is so different, but it was so West Coast, and it was so, you know, you could tell it had like good sounds. You know what I mean? Like with hip hop, like it. You know what I'm saying? Especially West Coast. That's why I be like, y'all be winning all the time because every rapper is different in their own West Coast type feel. Like,
well, you know what's funny you say that is because see, it's interesting. It's like when you come from a place or an experience that gets doubted or fronted on, and you have something to prove. If you're the truth, then when you have something to prove, if you're the truth, if you're not the truth, then you say, hey. But if you're the truth, that extra bit of motivation and rejection, I'll give you a perfect example. The reason why Wu-Tang Clan is the greatest thing that ever happened in hip hop is because the niggas was from the forgotten borough. Because the thing about it is like, you know, and they talk about it, but just to hear it from my perspective, it's like Staten Island is the fifth borough, but people always shout out Long Island. People wouldn't even shout out Staten Island. Like, people don't really have that perspective. Motherfuckers would be like, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Long Island, Bronx, and they wouldn't say Staten Island, and Long Island isn't even a borough. Staten Island is a borough, but because Long Island produced Rakim and Public Enemy and EPMD and Biz Markie and all these other, like, you know, De La Soul, on and on and on, it was like the place. So the Staten Islanders, they really came into that shit like, fuck that, man. We're going to let these motherfuckers know who we are. And they came with a force that has never been rivaled and will never be matched. And so it's like West Coast rap niggas are like that. Because y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember being young, and I remember seeing on Common View, little buster ass comedians used to make fun of West Coast rappers. When Cube had nothing, It Was a Good Day, they used to be like, man, West Coast niggas, they rap all slow. Today was a good day. And I used to be like, you motherfuckers. Remember that shit they used to?
Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
And it was low hanging fruit because the thing is, like, Cube came in the game rapping fast. That was when he got on, he came with the Ozzy Brothers shit. That's that song. Mm-hmm. But they used to play us as a whole, like everything we was doing was just slow and whatever. So that's how you got, you know, motherfuckers like Project Blowed coming for the throw with the sorcerer styles all over the place. Right. And just in general, like, it just created a certain level of like, oh, they fronting on us. And then as we see in the South, like, you know, we all remember when Andre got up there and talked this shit, and look at the South now. So there's a certain thing. So West Coast rappers, we have a certain, I mean, those of us that are the truth. But see, me, I'm really cut from the DU cloth, because what's interesting about Digital Underground is Shock G, Money B, and Tupac. They're all East Coast dudes who came out West and made it happen. You know what I mean? And Shock, you know, I mean, Mun came out here at the youngest. He was like 2, but Pac came out here when he was like, what, 15, 16. Shock really came out here officially when he was like 20 something. So it's like, was born and raised in LA, but my whole family's from the East Coast. So I have a certain, and you know, there's people in my family that every once in a while like to make a little LA joke or whatever, and I be sitting back like, and like looking at him like, okay, you're gonna just go there on me, right? But I have a certain kind of direct input of certain East Coast sensibility, but that also makes me always want to, like, I don't let nobody talk crazy about my city. You know what I mean? So that's the thing the West Coast rappers have. And then swinging it back to Chill, because you made an interesting thing. See, Chill, he's from the era where hip hop, like, how can I put this? It's like at that time, what we know as the West Coast sound hadn't been cemented like that. Like the rock hadn't all been cemented like that. So when you listen to the old Compton Most Wanted, you can't really determine. I mean, shit, even when you listen to I mean, shit, even when you listen to half of the Chronic, people say half of the Chronic sound like East Coast beats, because it hadn't, because once Nothing But a G Thing came out, from that point on, everything started being like, this is the West, really West Coast sound, like really definitive with the certain keyboards and shit. So anyways, I was saying Chill comes from the era where they was sampling. CMW was sampling the same shit the Tribe was sampling, it. That bass line. So when Chill brought that back on the last project, when he brought that back, it was like, it was a nod to that. And that's one thing I love about Chill's music, because people like myself, like it sounds funny, right? Chill, if you listen, it's almost like he make music for people like me that spend, like, I was always that nigga. I'm listening to Keith Murray and Ant Banks in 95. You know what I mean? Like, I listen to, like, I fuck with the real Westy shit, the super Battle Cat shit, the super Westy. But then Battle Cat has a million styles, but just like when you think of Battle Cat, the real Westy shit. But then I'm also over here listening to I'm listening to Dame Grease, the niggas done started something. Like, I'm listening to, like, I've always had that. I love it all. Like, like yin and yang or whatever. So Chill is one of the few people that makes music now that, like, is a nod to both, like, soundscapes, but in a way that's really the truth. When he fucks with them some old samples, there's that one song on the new project. Oh, the title I can't remember right now, but the shit sound like it could have been some shit CMW did 1990, and the shit's so crazy. And then the song after that is just some 2023 West slap shit. And I'm like, it's an art form to be able to put all that together on the same plate. You know what I mean? Only the masters can do that.